Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Jana with Color and Create with Jana, and I'm happy to have you here with me today. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my completed June pages, and I do have quite the stack here. I think I colored, what was it, 28 pages? Yeah, let me move these out of the way and I'll show you I have my 2026 coloring planner here. And my stats for the month. I colored a total of 28 pages. I had 3 buddy colors. I participated in 9 prompts or challenges, and I colored in 2 uncolored books. So yeah, I had a pretty good month. Because it's the end of June, my mid-year totals, I've colored so far a total of 141 pages, had 24 buddy colors, participated in 59 prompts and challenges, and colored in a total of 17 uncolored books. So I'm pretty happy with that. But I'm just going to get into it. So if we flip to June, I'll start with the coloring planner. This, again, as I always state, this is a coloring planner that was created by amandacolours here on YouTube. And every month, each month has a illustrated coloring page from an illustrator. And for June, this was the page. It's titled in Unicorn Royalty, and it was illustrated by Selena Fennick. And yeah, I'm okay with this page. It wasn't one of my favorites that I've colored so far in the book, but it is done. I try to get them done in the beginning of the month. And for this one, I believe I used, yes, Ohuhu alcohol markers for the background. I used Prismacolor pencils, and it looks like the border I have, and the horn I have, silver Pentel Sparkle Pop. So, you could see the shimmer there. So, yes, I really didn't know what direction I was going to go in with this page, and I wanted to keep it a limited color palette. So I tried to pick some bright spring, summer colors. So I just went with the purples, the oranges, and the pinks, and then went way lighter with some of the colors on the wings. So yeah, not my favorite, but it is a page complete and it's done for the planner. So yay. I'm going to move this to the side. That way I can open up to the pages and tell you what I used on them. And we'll start with my Disney Portraits by Hatchet Heroes. And I did, what's 1, 2, 3, I think I did 6 or 7 pages in this book. So we'll just start in the beginning. And the first page I did was Nemo. And I colored this page because Julianne at Art and Jamie at Finding Joy in Color were hosting the hashtag Color Disney Characters 26. And one of the characters, they picked 4 characters for the month, and one was Nemo. And Nemo was uncolored in this book, so I figured, okay, let me start with him. And for him, I used Guangna acrylic brush markers for the background. I used Prismacolor pencils and some grabby glitter markers on some of the corals and the fish, and stickles on the bubbles. It was a quick, easy page. I'm happy with it. I like the shine and the sparkle. Nemo's looking cute. And yeah, that was that page. Then, where's the next one? The next one I did was Nala from The Lion King. And I colored this one for the Disney Pixar coloring group that I'm in on in Instagram. Jess at Coloring.Bumblebee and Zoe at Zoe's Colorful Creations host that group, and each month they pick a Disney movie and a Pixar movie, a character to color. And the Disney movie for June was Lion King, so I went with Nala. So I believe I had already colored. We had a Simba. Yeah, see, I had already colored Simba. So I figured, let me go with Nala. So I colored her. And again, I pretty much used the same supplies, Prismacolor pencils and Grabby glitter markers. So the pencils are on her, and all of the markers are on the surrounding images. So pretty happy with how she turned out. Then right behind her, we have Merida. Merida was also a character for chosen for the Color Disney Characters 2026. And again, Prismacolor pencils, Pentel Sparkle Pop, and some white gel pen on her. The background is done with the Sparkle Pop. And she was pretty simple. I'm okay with how she turned out, not super excited. But it's another page done that I don't need to worry about. So we have Merida. The next character I colored was Sadness from Inside Out. And she was, yes, that was the Pixar movie for June for the Disney Pixar coloring group. It was Inside Out, so I colored Sadness. And again, I used Guangna acrylic brush markers for the background, Prismacolor pencils, and Silver Pentel Sparkle Pop for the background images. So you can see the shine, kind of. Yeah, there you go. There's this shine on Sadness. Very blue page. But she goes well with Elsa next to her. So, yeah, I'm happy with how she turned out. And then I kept going. And I colored Blue. And he was also a character chosen for the Color Disney Characters hashtag. And all I used on him was Prismacolor pencils and a white gel pen. So kept him very simple. Didn't really feel like I needed to do a background here. I mean, I could have. I don't know what I would have done. I could always go back and do one, but I'm pretty happy with just how he is. Very simple. I think that took me maybe an hour or two to get him done. But yes, he's done. And then the last page I colored was Ursula. And she was done for, she was the fourth character chosen for the Color Disney Characters. And what did I use on her? Prismacolor pencils, some Guangna acrylic brush markers. And that was it. I think she's my least favorite in the book so far that I've colored. Not really happy with how she turned out. And all of this background image, I didn't know what was what. I had no idea what colors to make anything, but I wanted it to kind of pop. I don't know if it really does, but yeah, she's done, and I don't need to worry about her anymore. So, yes, those were the, 7 pages that I completed in Disney Portraits by Hatchet Heroes. Okay. I will show you this book. This is a whip, A Million Baby Animals by Lulu Mayo. This is my current whip and also a buddy color with Zoe at Zoe's Colorful Creations. We alternate every other month between this book and Shooting Star by Maria Troll. And we decided when we worked in this book, because it was a double page, we were going to do it over June and July. And we thought that there might be a slight possibility that we'd get it done by the end of June, but I, as you will see, was nowhere near that. I couldn't get to it at the end of June. And it's okay because like that, Zoe ended up messaging me saying that she was going to be carrying hers over into July as well, which was perfect because, yeah, I was nowhere near done. But I will show you what I have done so far. And we're working on this page. Zoe, I believe Zoe has her entire, she based her entire spread and has gone in and done, I believe, majority or most of the shading. Her page looks amazing from what I saw on one of her live videos that I watched back. But yes, this is all I've done so far. It's a lot of green, a lot of leaves, so I'm trying to figure out all those colors. And I got some of the animals done. Some I had to actually ask Zoe if she knew what they were because I just wasn't completely sure. But yeah, now that I know what every animal is, I'll be starting on those soon too. But I want to get the leaves done. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the background. I think, if I remember correctly, I think Zoe went with like a really dark blue, like almost, I don't know if she's going for like a nighttime kind of background sky theme, but I mean, it's gorgeous. Her page, from what I've seen already, looks absolutely gorgeous. So, of course, I don't want to do that. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I can do a light blue. Or then I was thinking maybe I'd go with a yellow, some type of a yellow or maybe orange background. Like a light pale orange. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I really wanted to place all of the colors on the images first, as far as like the leaves and the animals, because I didn't want to choose a color for the background and have it really clash with anything. So I am saving the background for last, but yes, this will be completed by July. It is a priority because it is my buddy color with Zoe. And yes, that is as far as I have gotten as of now. But yes, so that is my whip in A Million Baby Animals. Okay. The next page I have is Rooms of Wonder by Joanna Basford. And this is a project and buddy color book with my wonderful friend Jeanne at BoBeanie Creates. And the page that we had chosen for June was this page. And for this page, I used Prismacolor pencils, soft pastels for the background, along with a cloud stencil, and I used some Pentel Sparkle Pop around the border and white gel pen. And, oh, there's some Sparkle Pop on the key there too. But yeah, I really enjoyed this page. I had a lot of fun with it. Again, I wanted to, because we had previously done this page, I wanted to try to bring the colors or most of the colors from this page over to this one. So I brought in the pinks and the oranges, some yellow and some of the blue, and just tried to kind of spread it out all over. Brought those colors up and tried to do them on each of the butterflies. And purple, if you haven't already heard, is my favorite color. So of course I needed to make my chair purple, and went with like the purpley blue for, you know, that go with, kind of match these flowers for my typewriter. So yes, I am very pleased with this page, and I am going to pop Jeannie's up here now so you can see hers. And as always, she did a fantastic job on hers. I think we pretty much used a lot of the same colors like the pinks and the oranges, the purpley blues. Yeah, it's beautiful, and I love her background. I love how she went with a pink, like she went with the pink and the yellow, the background, and she's added little hearts to her background, and yeah, I think it's super cute, and she did a fantastic job. So thank you, Jeannie, for another awesome buddy color. I cannot wait for our July page. And again, that was Rooms of Wonder by Joanna Basford. Okay. And then I have Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Roseanne's, which this is also a project book and buddy color with my wonderful friend Steve at the Coloring Commander. And the page, I believe he chose the page. And we did this one. We did the Snow White and Rose Red page. And I really had a lot of fun with this one. I used Prismacolor pencils, Albrecht Dürer. I believe I based a good majority with the Albrecht Dürers. There's some Posca, there is some Langlo gel pen, black fine liner, and gold Pentel Sparkle Pop on the page. So, where did I put the Sparkle Pop? Oh, on their dress. I don't know if the camera kind of picks it up. But the little embellishments on their dresses have the gold Pentel Sparkle Pop. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this page. I wanted to go with a dark background. I could have done the shine from the lanterns a bit better. I probably should have done that actually before, or marked my colors before I actually completed the background, but I didn't. But it's still okay. And I decided because it was Snow White and Rose Red, I would go back and forth between the red and white roses. So I scattered them all over the page and pretty much kept the animals, like the hare and the squirrel and all that, kinda the same browns, I guess you could say. Although I went darker with my little snake and the, I don't know, is that a crow? I don't know, whatever bird that is. Yeah, went darker with them. So I think they kind of get a little lost because I made them so dark, but overall, I'm happy with the page, and it's another one done towards completing our project book. But I'm going to put Steve's page up now so you can see his beautiful page. And as always, he did a fantastic job. I love that he went with a lighter, like pinky, looks like a pinky, almost purpley kind of background. And the shine from his lanterns is way better than mine. So you did an awesome job, Steve. I'm super excited for our July page. I know he's a bit nervous about our July page. I think he said it intimidates him, but I know he's going to do a fantastic job. But I'll get to that and show you that in my July plans. But yes, this was the page that we did in Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Roseanne's. Okay. The next book I have, which again you always see every month, is Kawaii Tarot Coloring Book by Lulu Mayo. And this is a focus book for me for the year. I am trying really hard to complete this book this year, or get very, very, very close to completing the book by the end of December. And I always turn to this book first because Jess at Colouring.Bumblebee has her Lulu Mayo scavenger hunt every month, and she chooses the prompts. And I look in here first to see if I can find any of the prompts and do those pages. So the first page that we did was the Hierophant. Am I saying that right? I don't know. This one. This I did for the prompt of unicorn horn, because we have them right there. So I used Prismacolor pencils. The background is done with the Dayna acrylic brush marker. There's some Posca, black fine liner, gold and silver pencil, sparkle pop, and stickles. And oh, the Gansai Tambi Starry watercolors for the border. So I'll bring it up. You can see the stickles, hopefully shiny on, oh yeah, that one shows, on the unicorn horns. And then we have the silver and gold sparkle pop on the stars. And I'm happy with this page. Usually when I first looked at it, I wanted to do somewhat of like a pastel color palette, and I usually never ever do well with pastel. I always end up going a lot darker. But this one I'm pretty happy with. I think I kept the colors pretty light as far as going for the pastel tone, which I like, and thankfully I recorded down my colors and what I used. So hopefully I can repeat that again on another page somewhere. But yes, very happy that I got this page completed. And what else did I do? The next one I did in this book was this one. We did the 5 and 6 of Wands. I had already done the 4. So for this one, what did I do? Oh, I initially picked this one because the prompt was tropical bird. So we have our little toucan over here. And then I figured since I was doing this one and I had already had this one done, I may as well do this one too. So that's what I did. So I'd get a whole complete 2 pages. I used Prismacolor pencils, the Dayna acrylic brush markers for the background, and I also used it down here for the ground. Fine liner, Languo gel pens, the Gansai Tambi Starry watercolor paints for the borders, and I think that's it. But yeah, kept it pretty simple. Again, I recorded all my colors that I had used for this page, so I wanted to carry them over or see how I could carry them over, and I think it worked out perfectly. We have our browns, we have our blues, our greens, our orangey, peachy, pinky colors, and yeah, I'm really happy that I got these 2 done. So that again was for the prompt tropical bird. And let's see, I think that was it for this book. And that was the Kawaii Tarot coloring book by Lulu Mayo. And then the next book I have is the Coloring Heaven Collection Tiny Year, illustrated by Agoda Pop. And I have been working on, or trying to, well, I have worked on this book every month because I'm doing the Tiny Shelves page this year. And so for June, I did the June page. And I have to say I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It seems to be like darker, more, I don't want to say muted, but it's not as bright and poppy as previous pages. Like here, this is like super bright, and then we go a little bit kind of dimmer, darker, I want to say. I don't know how to kind of describe it, but I used Ohuhu alcohol markers for the background, Prismacolor pencils, there's some fine liner, gold and silver pencil sparkle pop, and some Posca in there. And yeah, I just figured June we mainly celebrate Father's Day, and I was just trying to get like Father's Day vibes and go with maybe some darker colors, I guess. I don't know. That's I don't know what to do. But I'm happy with how it turned out. There's a lot of blues and yellows and oranges. And again, I tried to keep to these limited colors and scatter them throughout the page, which I think I did pretty good at, you know, getting them all over the place. You can see some of the shine on the little van down here. But yeah, it was a fun page to do, and I'm happy again that I've been getting to these pages every month. So that is my page in Tiny Year. Then, okay. The next book I worked on is Beyond the World Fairy Tale Story by Eerie. And I chose this page for Jordy Colours has the Color the Fairy Tale hashtag. And for June, the theme was Thumbelina. And so I came here and I did this page because I am in an Instagram group for this book. And I believe there were a few people, I think some people may have colored this page as well, but I know there were other people that had already completed this page. So I figured, okay, well, it'll be like a catch-up page for me. I have a lot of catch-up pages in this book, but I'll just treat it as a catch-up page and also make sure that I do it for the hashtag. So this is what I did. I'm pretty happy with it. What did I use? Albrecht Dürer. I based with Albrecht Dürer, or the majority of it. And then I went in with Prismacolor pencils. There's some black Posca, which is used on the butterfly, and a little bit of white Posca, and that's it. There is no sparkle on this page, unfortunately. I just didn't go there. But I'm happy with how it turned out. Again, tried to keep it to a very limited color palette. So just brought in like pinks, oranges, this like bluey purple. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I like how it turned out. Didn't know what to do for the sky, so I figured I would just, being that she's Thumbelina and she's tiny and on a lily pad and kneeling down, I figured doing like a kind of gradient green background would be better than doing maybe like a sky or a blue background. Like your view is going through the garden or, you know, the brush. So that's what I went with, and I think it turned out okay. Not fantastic, but it's okay. And it's another page that I was able to complete in the book, so I'm excited. But yes, that is my Thumbelina page from Beyond the World Fairy Tale by Eerie. Okay, the next two books I worked in was Matchstick Mouse. Sorry for the glare. Again, I am in an Instagram Matchstick Mouse seasonal buddies group, which was created again by Jess at Coloring.Bumblebee and Zoe at Zoe's Colourful Creations. And each season, 2 new books are chosen. So for June, July, and August, we are working in Matchstick Mouse, a cookbook coloring book, and the summer coloring book. And for the cookbook coloring book, I just want to make sure I'm getting them right. The page chosen for June was the strawberry page. And I used Ohuhu alcohol markers for the background, Prismacolor pencils. Did I use them on the strawberry? Yeah, I used them for a lot. I used them on the leaves of strawberries. So Ohuhu alcohol markers, Prismacolor pencils, Languo gel pens, which I used on the seeds for my strawberries, and some silver pencil Sparkle Pop, which is, where is that? Oh, on the little hook and buckle right there. I'll bring it up and then, yeah, you can see it there. But yes, this was a very simple, quick page. I'm happy with how it turned out. And like that, I enjoyed coloring all these strawberries. It was fun. Didn't take too long either. And it was the first page colored in this book. So this also goes towards Color Your Hoard. But yes, glad to get a page done in there. And the June page for the group. So again, that was the Matchstick Mouse cookbook coloring book. And then the second book we worked in was the summer coloring book. And the page for June was this little painting Picasso. I'll call it the Picasso page. I don't know. I think Zoe called it the Bob Ross painting page, I think, or something like that. But yeah, this was also very fun and a nice page to color. Again, I used Ohu alcohol markers, Prismacolor pencils, Lango gel pens, and Silver Pencil Sparkle Pop, which that's really only on the like metal area on the paintbrush. But it adds a little bit of tiny sparkle, so hey, it's all good. And again, just wanted to make it a very bright, summery kind of scene, so use the pinks and the purples and a bit of blue for the pops of color in the flowers. And yeah, it was a fun page to color. I was happy with the choices that they made for the June pages. So that is another one that is complete. And again, that is the Matchstick Mouse coloring book. Then the next book I pulled out was Summer Nights by Hannah Carlzon. And I'm really happy that I got to this book and I pulled it out, because I really have been neglecting my Hannah Carlzons. And I pulled it and looked through it because Jeanne at BoBeanie Creates had a hashtag of Summer Nights with BoBeanie was the hashtag. And I wanted to participate in it. And I think this is one of her, or it is her favorite Hannah Carlzon book. I know she's been working in it a lot. And I figured, let me look through it and see if anything calls out to me. And it did. I really, really liked this butterfly wreath page. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. So I did this for her hashtag, and I used, again, Prismacolor pencils and some gold pencil Sparkle Pop and Lango gel pens. So the Lango gel pens and the pencil Sparkle Pop are here on the flowers and on the butterfly's wings. I'll just move it around so you could see the shiny, happy shinies. And yes, wanted to leave it a very limited color palette. And I mean, when I first saw it, I knew I wanted to color it. But I wasn't sure. First, I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll go with like a blue kind of butterfly and maybe like blue and purple flowers, which could have looked nice. But I don't know. I just wanted it a lot lighter and more like summery, I guess. So I went with the peachy pink kind of yellow, and then the green for the leaves and things. I was also looking at the page next to it. I wanted to be able to bring some of these colors over to here whenever I get to that page. So I thought those colors would work over here somehow. But yes, I really, really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure if I should do a background. Honestly, I don't think it really needs it. But I have been thinking about maybe I should go in and do like maybe a sky background, or I don't know. I could always go back and do it, like I said, but I really just at the time didn't think that it really needed a background. Because like that, not all pages do, right? So I don't know. I'm happy with how it turned out. And I'm happy that I was able to participate in the hashtag that she had for June. So that is the page that I colored in Summer Nights by Hannah Carlzon. We're almost there. We're almost there, guys. Okay. The next book I worked in was Secret Invitation by Natsuki. And this is a project book that I have in an Instagram group with Jess at the Coloring.Bumblebee and Dayna at Dabbler D. And we've been working in order in this book. It originally started off with, I think, me and Jess, and then Dayna joined in on story 2, I believe. But the pages, we do it every 2 months. So for May and June, we did this page, which won't completely fit, but you get the idea. Yes, this cute bunny page. And I used, for story 2, I'm using or basing with my Faber-Castell Gelatos, and then going in for shading with my Prismacolors. And there's a little bit of white gel pen on here. But again, kept it very limited. I wasn't sure really what to do. Like, I did the tree trunk, I did all the leaves, the greenery, the grass. I did my bunnies because I already knew their colors. I think then I moved to the birds. I said, well, I don't know what color. I don't want to do them like brown or anything like that because there was enough brown in the tree trunk, and I kind of wanted them to stand out a little bit. So I went with like the kind of dusty blue for them. And then I left the flowers for last because I did not know. I know my bunnies have the pink in them. So I was thinking, okay, pink flowers. But then I was like, oh, I don't know if I should do pink flowers. Maybe. Then I was thinking of, like here on the page that we had done before, I have these like bluey purpley flowers going on. So I was like, ooh, maybe I could do those. Those would look nice. But I didn't really have that color anywhere else. And I was going back and forth between the colors on the flowers. So then I just decided, you know what, they have the pink in them. Let's just leave it at pink. It's nice and bright, and it'll help the page pop, so that's what I did. And I brought in the yellow down here on these flowers because I had already done that on previous pages with the yellow flowers in the grass, so I kept that the same. But yeah, it was a fun page to color. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm going to pop Jess's page up here. I do not believe that Dayna got a chance to complete or finish her pages, but Jess did. And so here's her page. And as always, it is gorgeous. And we pretty much went with the same color scheme, kind of. She has her pink flowers as well, and her bluebirds. And yeah, so great minds think alike, I guess. But yeah, that's Jess's page. So it was really fun getting these next 2 pages done. And we'll be working in the book again for July and August. But again, I'll show you that in my plans video. But yes, that was a double page spread in Secret Invitation. Okay. The next book I will show you, sorry for the glare, 50 Zodiac Themed Miniatures Coloring Book by Community Angel Cova. And again, this is a hashtag that was created by Jess at the Coloring.Bumblebee, Complete Zodiac Miniatures. And I'm pretty much catching up with this book because they had started it in, what was it, March or April of last year. So there were 2 sections that they have now completed. And now this new year, they started on the other 2 sections. But I'll just show you what I did. So we have the Gemini page. This was a page that they had already completed, so it was kind of a catch-up page for me. So I did this one. And again, on all of these, I used Ohuhu alcohol markers, Grabby glitter markers for the title and the border, and a little bit of white Posca. So happy with how they turned out. I wasn't sure what color to make my cats at first. I was going to go with like an orangey, beigey kind of color at first, but I was like, no, let's do something different. So we went with gray. So I kind of just scattered the gray between the two to make them different. Made my purple flowers, gave her a pink bow, and yeah, called it done. So I'm happy with how that one turned out. And then I moved to Chibi Gemini, and this was one of the pages that they colored this June. So, again, I kept out my markers from the first page that I did, and I just brought over the purples that were in the flowers to their dress and headbands. And the pinks I brought over here, made it a lighter blue, like daytime sky. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. Very simple. Those are my Chibi Gemini girls. And then the next page that was chosen for the month that they did was Tiger. And again, my markers were kept out, but I wanted to give him like tiger orangey brownie colors, so that's what I did with my nighttime sky. Brought over the purples again for the flowers, which I'm not really too happy with how they turned out, but it is what it is, and they're done. And I kind of went in with the Posca and just added little dots and kind of make them pop a little bit more, I guess. They're okay. Did my sandy dirt kind of, or try to, for the ground. But yes, there's my tiger guy. And then the last page that I did for June was Chibi Tiger, which this is another page that they had already done previously last year. But here's my tiger girl. And again, brought over the same colors that I used on the tiger page for her. And yeah, wanted to keep the flower, didn't make them purple or pink. I kept them white just because I thought it would pop more, and I made it like a daytime sky again. So yes, I'm all caught up with June now, and the next pages we'll be working on will be July. So again, that is 50 Zodiac Themed Miniatures by Chameleon Angel Kova. Then I worked in my Capybara Cuties cozy coloring book, which is illustrated by Rob Parkinson. And I did 3 pages in here. So the first page I did is this one. It's like the very first official page. I mean, you have your title pages, but this was the official first one. So I went with this one, and again, on all of these I used Ohuhu alcohol markers. There's some Silver Pentel Sparkle Pop, which no, I didn't use any sparkly stuff on this one. For this one, I just used the alcohol markers, and it looks like white gel pen. Yeah, I used Line Glow gel pen, so it's probably the white. But yeah, I figured I'd make the fruit and the fruit slices lemons, oranges, and limes. So, very simple, very quick, easy page. And it's done. Yay. So I worked on that one. And then, again, because June was Father's Day, I thought this would be a cute one for all the dads out there. So we do our capybara fishing page. And again, alcohol markers, there's some Line Glow gel pens, and the bubbles I have, which I don't know if the camera's picking up. There you go, stickles. I did stickles for the bubbles this time. There's some Silver Pentel Sparkle Pop on the hooks and around the rim of the net. And around the bucket over here. But yeah, it was a cute page. Wasn't really sure of like what colors to go with, so again, just stuck to like orange, blues, greens, yellows. And yeah, try to make it and like focus it as almost like a Father's Day kind of page. But yes, I'm glad I got that one done. And then the third page I did was this fun fruit page. I love all the fruity pages they have in here. And again, limited color palette with scattering it throughout the fruits and veggies and whatnot. And is there any sparkle on here? Oh, I used, there's the gold pencil sparkle pop on the stars. And then for the seeds in the watermelon, I used my, whatchamacallit? My Jelly Roll Black Glaze gel pen. I don't know if it'll pick up the shine on, oh, there you go, a little bit on the watermelon seeds. And I have my Lango gel pens on the strawberry seeds. But yes, another page complete, super quick, fun. So those are the 3 pages that I completed in Capybara Cuties. That would be awesome if I could get that book done this year too. Okay, the next book I have, I have this one and one more. We have Fantasy World by Emily Lidehole Oberg, which is her newest book. This is an uncolored book, so it goes towards Color Your Hoard. And Jeanne at BoBeanie Creates had another hashtag, which was Color Dads and Dudes, again, for Father's Day. And I figured, okay, I wanted to color in this book because I had just gotten it and thought, okay, it's perfect time of the year to color in it. And I looked through it, and of course I didn't tag the page, but I colored this one for my Dads and Dudes hashtag. And I really, really, really like how it turned out, and I had a lot of fun with this one. I used Neo Color 2 for the background. He's colored with Prismacolor pencils. I have some metallic watercolor paint by KJ Designs by Karen for our little staff here. And on the seaweed, there is some of the spots on the seaweed. I used metallic watercolor paints by the Art Spirits. And I believe the name of the color was Seaweed. So that was perfect. But yeah, there you can see some of the shine in it. And I am super, super happy with how he turned out. It was a lot of white Posca I used on him for his hair, but I'm happy with it. I think he turned out looking fabulous. I wasn't really sure at first what color to do the seaweed, but I knew I wanted some of it to be green. And then I figured, all right, well, I'm trying to think of like what color seaweed is, or, you know, plants or whatever, you know, in the sea. And I was like, well, let me just go with this kind of burgundy, pinky kind of color. And yeah, I think it works. I think he looks fabulous. So that was my first page colored in Fantasy World. And then the last page that I colored for the month was out of Mythographic Wild Summer by Joseph Cadenbang. And Jamie at Finding Joy in Color hosts the hashtag The Wild Year of Color 26. And the animal that she chose for June was a hippo. And originally there was a hippo page in one of Kirby's books. Was it Fragile World, I think it might have been? I'm not sure. There was a nice hippo page, and I ultimately wanted to do that one. And then I was just skimming through this one, and I found this, and I said, oh, this is so fun. I'm doing this one. So let me just show you the page. We did this. This is my hippo page, and I am super, super happy with it. I used Ohuhu alcohol markers, which yeah, that was pretty much on the sky background and the slides. I based with the alcohol marker. And I also used Albrecht Dürer's and Prismacolor pencils and some white Posca. And that's it. I don't believe there is any sparkle on here, which, yeah, no, there's no sparkle. But I really enjoyed coloring the hippos. I think they turned out okay. I probably could have shaded and gone in a little bit deeper or darker with their coloring, but I am pretty happy with them. And it was a lot of fun to do. I enjoyed doing all the water and two little guys down the slide and the greenery. It wasn't overwhelming or so much to do. I think it took me like 3 or 4 days going like back and forth between that and finishing up some other things. But yeah, this is my hippo page. And I'm super happy with it and that I was actually able to get another page in this book done. And that's it, guys. Those are all of my pages. Yeah, it was a lot, but I'm pretty happy with them all. There was a few, not so much, but hey, you have those moments, right? You're not going to love every page. But did you have a favorite page? If you had a favorite page, please let me know what it is. What's my favorite page? I don't know. This might be my favorite page. It's either this one or my Triton page. I can't decide. I don't know. Which one? I had fun with both of them. I'm going to go with the hippos. It's just a fun page, and I had fun coloring it. So yeah, I'm going to say the hippo page for June was my favorite. But let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks for tuning in and watching. And I will have my July plans coming up next. So look out for that one. But in the meantime, again, thank you for stopping by. And I will see you in the next one, guys.